Hello, it's Alex and I'm here today in Jessie. Just doing normal day-to-day things really. I'm going to go to the post office and then I'm going to pop in and see my friend Chris, and we're going to go up to the Baking Bird and get a nice cup of tea and a cake. So let's see what today brings. Before I start Jessie up, I just wanted to say this is one of my new t-shirts. This is actually a ladies t-shirt. This is one I've had made specifically for me, but I've put a unisex one up for sale. Check out the link in the description and you can get your own t-shirt with Jessie on. You're right over there? Hope you can see okay. You might be a little bit wonky. Oh, creaky bones. Right. Chokes out, fuel pump prime, first turn, I think Jessie's going to need a new exhaust at some point. Notice it's a bit crusty and there's a little rattle. I only notice it when I start her up. It's like a, you know, thin metal sort of noise. Put a new speedo cable on Jessie. It seems a bit noisy. I don't know if it's because it's not straight, because I've sort of tucked it in the dashboard. I might just move that now actually. Right, so I'll put that up so you can see better. Well, I can't see better. See if the speedo's still making a racket. I don't even know if it's telling the right speed, to be honest. But it was telling a speed yesterday, and it seems to be the right speed. I just haven't brought up my Google Maps to check. I reckon this is about 40 because I'm in 4th gear. And I'll just go by engine sound. I'm so used to not having the speedo working properly. Just sort of used to her engine sound and the gearing as to know what speed I'm doing. So I don't think the speedo is too far off now. My post on Instagram or Facebook, but me and Jessie broke down the other day. Yes, self-induced, slightly. I had a flickering oil light on the dash and it was doing my head in. I thought, what is wrong here? This isn't normal. So I changed the oil and the oil filter in case there was something wrong with that. It'd been very hot and that didn't make a difference. So I thought, maybe it's just the oil pressure switch. And I knew there was one of these in the scrapyard up the road, so I thought I'll go and get the oil pressure switch off of that, change it over, and we'll see if it makes a difference. So before I left to go to the scrapyard, now bear in mind at the time I had a bladder infection. I was just getting over it, so I wasn't too bad, but still had to be careful. So I thought a short trip to the scrapyard and back, I can get back to the toilet quickly. So I thought, right, to make it quick, I'll check to see what spanner I need. So I got my spanners out and I put it on to Jessie's oil switch, and I found Jessie's was loose. Strange. So I tried tried tightening it up, but it just kept spinning. I thought, that's a bit rubbish. Maybe that's the problem. Oh well, I'll go and get that one off the scrap car. Didn't even occur to me that where I had moved it, I had now caused it to leak. I think it was leaking before because I've had an oil leak back there and I just didn't know where it's coming from. I thought it was the rocker cover gaskets. So I'm just parking at the post office. I got to get some bubble wrap for Chris's wife, Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Chris. You're bound to be watching. Oh, I just realised I got my fast idle out. So that's normal. The dynamo light coming on, but I was getting the oil light as well. And thankfully that's gone now. So what happened, well, I'll just go and finish the story before I go in the post office. So what happened was I disturbed it. It was leaking, I didn't know. I got halfway to the scrapyard, someone's beeping and pointing. And I look over and there's smoke coming out from the corner of the car over there, and I'm like, I thought I could smell something. So I quickly pulled over and there was oil pouring out of that switch. Pouring out all over the starter motor and that. Oh no. So I managed to get it out, and the thread, actually I've got it here, you probably won't be able to see on this camera, but the thread on it, I don't know if you can focus, I'll put a picture in if this doesn't work. The thread is knackered right at the bottom. It's like held on by a thread, if that makes sense. The thread is held on by a thread. I know what I'm on about. But yeah, it's absolutely knackered. So I thought it was the switch itself, but it's the thread. The thread's gone. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't know if it's been over tightened in the past or what. But yeah, I managed to get that out and realised there was no hope for it. So I thought, right, I'm not well. I've got no one about. I put a few posts out saying, can anyone help? No one did. Apart from Jim across the way at work laughing at me over in his tea room. He did offer me a cup of tea. So I rang the AA. Put it through on the app. And they came really quick. I don't even know how long it was. I'm sure it was less than an hour. And I was really, really lucky. It was my colleague Tom. And he was on his lunch break, or he was on his lunch break, at his dad's farm. And on his dad's farm, his dad's got one of these in the barn. So he robbed his dad's oil pressure switch and came down to me and put it on Jessie so I could go home. I'm still running around with Tom's dad's pressure switching at the moment. I did get one off the scrap car. I did go to the scrapyard the next day. And it's got the wrong fitment on, because all the new oil pressure switches you buy have got a spade connector on, whereas the original old ones have a threaded connector. You put a ring terminal on. I wanted to keep it original, I don't know why, but I wanted to have a threaded one on there. But the one on the scrap car was a spade connector one, so I'm just going to have to fit a spade connector onto Jessie's loom. I'll put in the second-hand one out the scrap car just to see if it works. If it works, it works. It only cost me £2, and I got a bag of nuts and bolts as well. If it doesn't work, I will buy a new one. They're cheap as chips. I think less than a tenner. Yeah, that was my series of unfortunate events. Now I'm going to go in the post office and then we'll get over to Chris. Post office trip complete. Apart from they didn't have any bubble wrap. Sorry, Kelly. I'll try and stop somewhere on the way. Click room. Right. We'll head towards Chris's. We'll try and get some bubble wrap for Kelly. Oh, no power steering here, folks. feeler gauge is out again. There's no bubble wrap in this shop either. Sorry, I tried. We've made it to Chris's. Here they are. Barney and I think it's called Antsmobile or something. Sorry if I'm wrong. But yeah, Barney's looking ready to roll. Chris's van here. And Cody's got a new toy. Cody's Chris's son. And he's just bought this. And ironically, this car was Chris's car. And he sold it a few years back, 5 years ago. And now his son has just bought it back again. So that's pretty cool. Looks really tidy actually. There's a few scabs here and there, but the interior looks immaculate.